What is up, everybody? We're here with some Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, and we're here to answer that question: should you pull on the new limit break banner for Yuffie and Sephiroth OG? If you guys are new to the channel and you do like what you see, consider hitting that subscribe button and follow along with what we do here. Hit that like button, comment down below your thoughts on the banner. Also, quick little tidbit, just a reminder that if you're new to the channel, guys, as well, these videos are designed for those who are trying to figure out how to more wisely spend their crystals. This is not designed for those who are whales or for those who have that favorite character you have to have everything for. If Yuffie or this Sephiroth OG are your favorite character, then go ahead and pull on the banner. Just make sure you've got enough to get yourself to the gear, as that's going to be the prize at the end for that. So without further ado, let's get into this. We're going to look at the stamp card first. Stamp card, we have 1 at stamp 2, stamp 6, stamp 4 is a 5-star higher, gear at 12, 2, 4, and 8, it's 5-star at 6, gear at 12. We do have a page 3 with just 1 guaranteed weapon, 2 5-star hires, and then we hit the EX pages. Stamp card is crap. For 2 characters on a limited banner, stamp card is crap. No nicer way to put that. But let's take a look at this. First, actually, let's go to the ultimate weapon. Yuffie's 2.0 ultimate weapon, the Rising Sun. So it's going to be doing what's called Ambient Radiance. It's going to be doing 2,000 physical non-elemental damage to a single enemy. Exploit weakness to self at 60%, that's a huge percentage, for 30 seconds, and gives 3 ATB to all allies. It can be used right away. It doesn't have an initial wait time, but it does take 60 seconds to charge after that first use, and you get a total of 2 uses. Honestly, I would have liked it better if the exploit weakness was maybe dropped down to 40% and given to all allies instead of just yourself. But I don't hate that. The 3 ATB is also really nice too. We also have Boost Elemental Potency Arcanum at 45 points. So all allies fire Ice Slice. So it's an Omni Arcanum, but to all allies. All allies are going to be getting plus 30% to their elemental damage. That is freaking huge. Then the stream phase HP gain, 25 points. All allies, when stream phase is activated, are going to be getting 10% of target's max HP during that phase during their hits. This is a solid ultimate weapon. But the only thing that would really make this amazing, like I said, is if that exploit weakness was slightly weakened and then given to all allies. Outside of that, this is a solid weapon. So let's get into the overall things themselves. So we have Yuffie's new weapon or outfit here. Overall, I think she looks amazing. The colors look great. The bows and all that, fit her really well. This little paintbrush looking weapon is really cool. I like the blue that's on there, even though I really don't see blue tied anywhere else in, other than this is kind of like a softer, like blue-green outfit. That blue on the weapon really does still fit in really well with this. And then the red and green with the feathers or fur, it looks like. Looks really good. And then the sandals here. Yellow bow. Yeah, overall, this looks really good. They did a good job designing this. And it looks like something that does fit Yuffie. So the heirloom kimono does ultra calligraphy dawn. The damage I'm not going to worry about because it's going to do nothing. This is a 4 ATB gear ability. It's going to be increasing P attack and M attack to all allies for 60 seconds for a potency of high to high. And she's going to be getting haste to herself for 20 seconds. She does get 2 uses out of this. Solid outfit. especially when you look at the ultimate weapon. she becomes a huge DPS and support character all on her own, which is absolutely amazing. She gets Reprieve and an Omni Arcanum, 30%, and it's an Omni HP, so she gets 15% as well. You know, you mix this together with that ultimate weapon, and oh my gosh, she's doing so much damage. Plus, tie in some of her other elemental gear in the off slots for gear, and she could be doing some serious damage with some elements. The heirloom brush is definitely going to be an offhand weapon, so when we look at all these stats, we're going to be having everything. So just base 5-star, 600%, again, the damage is negligible, 600% magic non-elemental damage to a single enemy. It does have a crit rate of 10%. You're mainly doing this for the other things that it does, the different buffs. So these are going to affect just herself, these first two things. She's going to be getting a physical and magic ATB conservation effect. This is a new ability, which at just regular OB5, not OB5, sorry, at base 5-star, she's going to be, everything's going to cost 1 ATB less for weapon and gear abilities. And it's only going to last for 10 seconds, which isn't very long. And then we get that buff, the stats buff to all allies, where all of their buffs are going to increase by 1 tier for a duration of 10 extra seconds to a max tier of high. So as long as they're not at high yet, she will boost them up 1 more tier. If they're already at high, nothing's going to happen. It does give boost attack to all allies, boost ability potency, and then magic attack, and circle sigil boost. At OB1, we're still at -1 ATB cost for 15 seconds now, and the buff is still going to stay that low to high at that 10 seconds. Going to be getting the boost attack to all allies at 32 points, so really 16, so all your allies are getting a plus 7% to their physical and magic attack. Boost ability potency 18, so a 9 is going to be 8% to her physical and magic ability damage when that command gauge is maxed. OB6, this typically tends to be a really good point for all of these. Still -1 ATB cost for physical and magic weapon and gear abilities, lasting for 25 seconds, so we got a nice little jump right here. Does have an extension of 8 seconds, and then this is the chance where your max tier is going to jump up to extra high for these buffs. So if somebody's already at a high stat boost or a high buff, she will push them up to extra high for an extra 10 seconds onto the duration. Boost attack now for all allies is now at 40, so really just 20 points. You are still sitting at that 7% physical and magic. But again, you have another weapon that's doing that, so you can easily boost yourself to that 9%. Really, I wouldn't be focusing on that. I would be, if I'm focusing her on physical or magic, I'd be looking for like a boost physical or boost magic ability potency. Or even a boost physical all, boost magic all. Boost magic ability potency is at 30 points now, so you are getting plus 15% when you half that down to the 15. And if you do take this up to OB10, really all that's changed, the duration, holy crap, 40 seconds. You cast this thing and you're not going to be having to cast it for a while. It is still staying as just -1, which is fine. I think that'd be a little overkill to go more than -1. The tiers for the buff is still low to extra high, 10 seconds, so the only thing that changes here is the duration is going from 25 seconds to 40 seconds for that ATB cost, that ABD cost lessening. Boost attack all allies 46 points, so 23. You are still at that 7%, super close to the 9, but not getting there. And then 42 points, so 21. You're still sitting at that 15%. Overall, it's not a bad weapon for Yuffie, especially if you main Yuffie a lot. Not terrible. Definitely a really good thing to help her out, especially if you have somebody else who can put on exploit weakness to allies. You could then not use her exploit weakness weapon and put this in its place in that offhand. making that super, super strong. Alright, let's take a look at Sephiroth here. Again, take a look at just the outfit itself. Got this traditional kimono thing going on, the super long katana blade. Again, good luck getting that put away. Again, coloration. You got a lot of white and grays, which fits the motif of Sephiroth very well. This like golden sash looks really nice. The black undergarment with the black strap here for his sheathing looks amazing. Yeah, even the purple I don't mind. The purple doesn't stick out on this. And then the sword, my god, that sword looks absolutely awesome. Looks like we have a serpent wrapping around here. That's really cool looking with the red eyes. You can kind of see the red eyes there, and the blade on this thing, my god. Careful kid, you poke your eye out. They did an amazing job designing this. This looks really, really good. Oh, look at his, you can kind of see on his hand here, the gauntlet. Looks like it almost has like a little bit of a, maybe like a snake design to it too. I can't really tell. Maybe it's just leather. Kind of looks like snake skin right there. Alright, cool. Let's see what this all does. So, one with the blade does Ultra Flash of Ruin. This is going to be granted enfeeble to all enemies for 60 seconds. Again, this is a huge thing, taking the ability to, you can now remove a weapon from somebody that would be doing this, because 60 seconds is going to last you a really long time. Super strong outfit. I like this. ATB boost all allies. So all allies getting plus 2 ATB. Again, if you are, sorry, 15 plus 1.5, assuming you're maining this and not having it as an off gear. And then Omni Arcanum HP plus. Super solid thing if you're going to be running Sephiroth, that's for sure. And then the Muramasa does Flash of Rain. This is going to be another offhand weapon, it looks like, because this is not dealing elemental damage. So we're not going to worry about what damage it's doing up here. This is going to be doing another new effect. So single target, physical damage received up, or magic received up. So all enemies are going to be receiving 25% extra physical and magic damage received to themselves for a total of 30 seconds. Also, on first use only, all allies are going to be getting HP gain for 60 seconds, 4% of target's max HP. Boost attack to all allies, boost HP, or boost ability potency, im attack, triangle, sigil. Alright, so we take this thing up to OB1. Let's see, the percentages don't change here for the physical and magic damage received up, but the timing has gone to 40 seconds from 30. The HP to gain is stayed at 60 seconds, but it's now at 5% instead of 4. Physical attack, boost attack to all allies at 32 points. So 16, or everyone's getting 7% to their physical and magic attack. This would be just like Yuffie's. 8 points are really 9, 8 and 8. So yeah, that's going to be just like Yuffie's throughout. So I probably don't need to cover this again. It's because it's going to be the same as Yuffie's. Assuming it goes 46, 42, it does. Okay, so let's just focus right here then. OB6, we have gone up to 40% physical and magic damage received up for 50 seconds. And the HP duration has gone to, or HP duration stays the same, but it's now gone to 6% for HP gain. Again, OB6 seems like a really, really good spot for this. If you can get it there. Stats are looking great as well. Taking this up to OB10, 50%, so you got up 10% and 10 more seconds to 60 seconds for this magic and physical damage received up. 8% on the HP gain. So, let's see. Is this a banner worth pulling on? Well, if you didn't tap yourself out on the last 2 limited banners, yeah, I think this is definitely, I find this to be better than the Nier event we just got. Kind of a little disappointed that I wasted as many crystals as I did in that. Had I known what this one was going to look like, I probably would have held my stuff and spin it here. I don't know. I like the look of this stuff better. I think we got a bigger power creep here than what we did with the Nier stuff. Well, I'm not shocked as we're coming into the new year that they are doing a power creep. And we'll probably see this power creep extend and get bigger once we hit the 2.5 anniversary. So either of these characters are really good to pull on if you main them. If you don't ever use Yuffie and you don't ever use OG Sephiroth, I say this is an easy pass. They're both good in their own right. They both could probably really help out with the current escalation and this new max damage. It's probably Sephiroth a little bit more, just because I know he does have those fire weapons for the max damage event. So I think he would benefit more if you're really wanting to focus on that and you don't have a strong fire team. I think Sephiroth is the bigger take over Yuffie. If you've got a good fire team and you're doing fine in that event, I kind of like Yuffie's over Sephiroth, because Yuffie is going to see more things than OG Sephiroth right now. Sephiroth is kind of that character they're going to, when we get to special times, like I'm assuming anniversaries or New Year's events, where he's going to be seeing things. Yuffie will get things throughout the year. So if you've already got a strong fire team, I would say Yuffie's the better pull here than Sephiroth. If you've got a weak fire team, I think Sephiroth's a really good pull here. If you want to put him into your fire team, if you've got the ability to. He does have, well, I don't know if you can draw it or you can put it on the wish list here. Let's check. That's his featured weapon. I don't think this was one, no. So unfortunately you can't wish list his good weapon, but I think it was brought back under this Reawakened event. Yes, it was. So you would have to double dip then. Oof. The Shiranui. Really super strong weapon here for Sephiroth OG. I think I was lucky enough to get it. But it's like only like OB... Yeah, it's OB4. It's got it really close to... Oh, I'm nowhere close to OB5. Oops, sorry, just completely smacked into my microphone there. Which is a bummer. Both smacking into the microphone and where I'm at with this. So yeah, I guess that's another thing as well. I guess if you don't have this weapon, then... I don't know. I think Yuffie might be the better option. If you've got Sephiroth's fire weapon and you want to build up your fire team, then Sephiroth's the better pull here. But if you don't have that Shiranui from Sephiroth, then I have to say Yuffie's the way to go. I think this is a decent banner to pull on. It makes Yuffie very viable for the future. Is it a must-pull banner? I don't think so. But if you're wanting to pull on a banner, I think it's a good banner to pull on. Yeah, so that's kind of my thoughts. Let me know down in the comments below. What do you think about this banner? I really don't think we're going to see another New Year's banner. We might. We could next Wednesday, I guess. Just because they're going to continue in theory, they'll continue the New Year's event. So we probably will see one more banner. Will we see more than 2 banners? Probably not. So, I mean, you could hold and see what happens next week. But again, overall, I would say this isn't a terrible banner to pull on, but it's not a must pull either. And again, if you're going to pull on it, Sephiroth, if you have his fire weapon, is a good pull if you want to strengthen that fire team. Yuffie is the better one if you don't have Sephiroth's fire weapon. Just mainly because of the current event. Sephiroth is really, really niche right now, especially when you look at what weapons are available for him. I know some people might bring, well, he's got other things too. He does. He's got water. He's got these event quake weapon, which is really weak, but he does have this water weapon, the Asafune. And then he's got the fire weapon. Elemental wise, he's got water, he's got fire. So I guess if you've got a decent water build for him and you want to build your water team, you could pull for that weapon too. But in the end, I think Yuffie is going to be the better pull for the purpose of utility. So yeah, again, let me know down in the comments what you think about that. Again, if you guys are new to the channel and you do like what you see, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Let's push ourselves to that 500 subscriber mark. Hit that like button. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.